Welcome to AI Verdict. Today, we're digging into the moment the AI hype train didn't just slow down, it slammed right into the wall of reality. And believe it or not, it all kicked off with a single, quiet decision that ended up changing everything. All right, so let's get right into it. The moment OpenAI quietly flipped the switch on advertising inside ChatGPT, well, that was a signal flare for the entire industry. This wasn't some flashy new feature launch they celebrated. Nope, this was a concession to the absolutely crushing financial weight of running these massive models. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? This wasn't a proactive strategy, it was a reaction to the brutal, real-world economics of running AI on a global scale. See, the gap between the millions of people using these tools and the actual money coming in had become a chasm they could no longer ignore. And let's put a price tag on that stress. $9 billion. That's the staggering estimated loss OpenAI was looking at last year. Think about it. Hundreds of millions of users, but only a tiny, tiny fraction of them are paying subscribers. The math just wasn't working. Advertising was really one of the only levers they could pull to get revenue flowing at that scale, and fast. But this move wasn't just about the bottom line. It rang a huge alarm bell, and it exposed this deep philosophical divide about the future of AI and, maybe more importantly, our trust in it. You know, the reaction from leaders like Dimas Hassabis at Google DeepMind was really telling. He was genuinely surprised. And he pointed out that AI assistants are meant to be this personal space, right? For our thoughts, our memories. So what happens when you start dropping ads into that private thinking layer? It completely changes the trust equation, and in ways we probably can't even predict yet. But the financial pressure? That's just one piece of this puzzle. AI is on a much broader collision course, this time with the physical world itself. And this is where things get really, really interesting. You can see it in how the whole conversation has shifted. You go to places like Davos, and the talk isn't just about cool algorithms and faster models anymore. No, it's about the cold, hard physical reality of electricity grids, land use, and getting the right permits. The software dream has met the physical world. I mean, this quote from NVIDIA's CEO just perfectly captures this new reality. AI is no longer just lines of code floating in the cloud. It's a physical infrastructure project on a scale we have literally never seen before. And when that happens, all the rules of the game change. So what does that actually look like? Well, it means AI now directly competes with our cities and hospitals for electricity. You've got major players like Amazon investing in nuclear power just to secure their energy supply for data centers. And as Microsoft's Satya Nadella warned, if AI just sucks up all these scarce resources without giving back clear social benefits, it could lose its public permission to even operate. But here's the twist. While some companies are just trying to put out today's financial fires, others are already looking way ahead to the economic shockwaves of AGI, that's artificial general intelligence. When a lab like DeepMind starts hiring senior economists to model a post-AGI world, you know they believe its arrival isn't just possible, it's inevitable. The debate in the industry has totally shifted from if it's coming to just how fast. So, this massive collision with reality is completely rewriting the rules for success in the AI industry. It is no longer just about having the best, smartest model. Just look at this new pyramid for success. The foundation, step one, is now securing power and infrastructure. Then you've got to gain political and regulatory alignment. Only after you've locked all that down can you even think about enterprise control. And look what's at the very top, the final piece, having a superior model. It's almost an afterthought. This quote shows you just how high the stakes have gotten. I mean, we're talking about computer chips as a national security risk. Why? Because these chips are the building blocks of AI. Suddenly, who you sell them to becomes a geopolitical chess move. Supply chains become politicized, and a single regulatory decision can determine winners and losers on the world stage. And then you look at the corporate world. Raw intelligence, on its own, isn't enough to get things done. The companies that really hold the keys are the ones that already control the enterprise platforms. You know, the ones with all the permissions, audit trails, and compliance frameworks already built in, like a Workday or a Salesforce. They are the gatekeepers. So what happens when you add up the massive costs of infrastructure, the need for political clout, and the power of these enterprise gatekeepers? Well, the unavoidable result is consolidation. If you're a smaller company without a huge revenue stream from cloud services or software to burn, you face a pretty brutal choice. Get acquired or fail. But here's the thing. Even as the industry is slamming into all these physical and economic walls, its ambition to conquer the next frontier, well, that remains as huge as ever. Now, history is pretty much littered with the wreckage of failed attempts to move AI off our screens and into the real world. From the public backlash against Google Glass to the, well, spectacular flameout of the humane AI pin, we've learned the hard way that social tolerance for these always-on devices is incredibly fragile. But despite all those failures, the industry keeps pushing. And you have to ask why. Because the potential value of an AI that has real-time context, an AI that can see what you see and hear what you hear, is just too massive a prize to ignore. And that ambition even extends inward to what you might call the final frontier, a direct, non-surgical link between the human brain and AI. We're not talking about implants here. Companies like Merge Labs are exploring focused ultrasound to try and create a direct connection. The goal is nothing less than fusing human thought with artificial intelligence. So after all that, what does this actually mean for the future of AI? Well, it means we have officially left the hype cycle behind. We've entered a new era. We are in survival mode now, and the entire game has changed. And maybe the most crucial point is this fundamental shift in the question investors are asking. As you can see here, it's no longer about how fast can you scale your user base. Now, the only question that matters is, can your business model actually survive the collision with reality? We're in a whole new phase where those clean, simple narratives about changing the world have broken down. We're now in the messy middle, where the trade-offs are unavoidable. This is a make or break moment, where real-world outcomes, genuine trust, and sheer endurance have become the new currencies of success. So, in the end, the AI hype bubble didn't really pop. It's just smashed into the real world. And that collision forces us to ask a brand new, much more fundamental question. The race isn't about being the first or the fastest anymore. It's about being the last one standing. The question now is, who is truly built to endure?